I've been asked many times recently to cover the state of Russia's channel markers. People often ask me what they are. The problem is that they're slowly disappearing, so I thought we'd look at what's left and also examine the ones that have disappeared. Russia's channel markers are tones or sounds broadcast pretty much 24/7 on an HF frequency in order to keep it clear. The theory being that while it's occupied by something, nobody will try to use it. They may also serve as propagation aids for the intended recipients of some of the messages that occur when the markers stop. The messages are sent to Russian military districts, primarily the former Western and the current Southern military districts. The Western Military District was one of the 5 military districts of the Russian Armed Forces, with its jurisdiction primarily within the Western Central region of European Russia. The Western Military District was created as part of the 2008 military reforms and was abolished as a unitary military command on February 26, 2024. It was succeeded by the newly reconstituted Moscow and Leningrad military districts. The Southern Military District's jurisdiction primarily covers the Northern Caucasus region of the country and Russian bases in the South Caucasian post-Soviet states. The main type of traffic sent by the stations that use the channel markers are monolith messages. They consist of a recipient call sign, a 5-digit numerical group, a code word and 2 4-digit groups, a separate code word, and then 2 more 4-digit groups. It's believed that the 4-digit groups are encrypted messages. Channel markers can be heard day and night, and use day and night frequencies, although here in the UK they're mainly heard during the night due to propagation. The buzzer is perhaps the most popular channel marker. It's gained a cult following in recent years and is probably the most closely monitored. As I said in previous videos, it does go off the air sometimes, presumably for maintenance or to stop pirates from using the frequency. You can pretty much guarantee that whenever you tune in to 4625 kHz, you'll hear the buzzer. I won't go into any more detail on the buzzer because we've done it to death, so let's look at the D marker. This was a Russian military commandment network serving the former Western Military District. Believed to be located somewhere near St. Petersburg, Russia, it functioned as a channel marker, and when no traffic was being sent, it broadcast the sound of a Morse code letter D on 5292 kHz 24/7. Traffic messages consisted of monolith messages with commands addressed to the call sign Fazan37, read in both male and female voices. While this commandment network has existed since around November 2011, the D marker itself didn't appear until February 11, 2015. On June 5, 2017, the frequency was changed to 3240 kHz. On October 3, 2018, it was heard on 6480 kHz. This was believed to be just a harmonic that disappeared on November 5, 2018. The D marker returned to 5292 kHz on November 29, 2019 and disappeared without warning in October 2020. It hasn't been heard since. The air horn was another Russian military commandment network which, like the D marker, served the former Western Military District. It could be found on 4930 kHz 24/7 and was believed to emanate from near Smolensk in Russia. The air horn was first noted on February 3, 2017 on 4020 kHz, but it didn't send any traffic for 5 years except for test transmissions until September 20, 2022, one day before Russia announced partial mobilization for the war in Ukraine. Traffic in the form of monolith messages were addressed to the call sign Neva 100 and were read in both male and female voices. Between May 24th and July 5th, 2019, the air horn could be found on 4070 kHz instead. It was noted on 3510 kHz on September the 25th, 2019, where it remained until September the 14th, 2022. The air horn disappeared on December the 11th, 2019, after numerous technical malfunctions, before it returned on 3510 kHz on January the 16th, 2020. On September the 14th, 2022, it moved to 4930 kHz, and on December the 17th, 2023, the air horn's sound was replaced with that of another channel marker known as the Goose. On the evening of December the 7th, 2018, the sound of the Goose, also seemingly located in the Smolensk area, could be heard faintly underneath the air horn. So could the buzzer. So while it didn't disappear, it certainly changed for now. The Goose was another Russian military commandment network serving the former Western Military District. The station was named because it sounded like a goose. The traffic consisted mainly of monolith messages addressed to OVAT 98, and when it wasn't sending traffic, it kept the frequency occupied with the signature goose sound. First heard on April 11, 2017, the Goose changed its frequencies numerous times before settling on 4310 kHz during the daytime and 3243 kHz during the night. On January 21, 2023, the alarm could be heard on the Goose's frequency, once again indicating a connection between the two stations.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
On the 20th of April 2024, the Goose was switched off. It returned a handful of times between June and August that year, but disappeared for good on August 1, 2024, along with the air horn. The alarm is yet another Russian military commandment network serving the current Moscow and Leningrad military districts. It can be found on 4770 kHz around the clock, although recently I've noticed many absences. What's unusual about the alarm is that it's never sent any traffic except from test counts. It was first heard on May 16, 2019. The Goose transmitted on 4770 kHz on May 14th and May 15th, leading to speculation about a possible link between that and the alarm. The alarm has also been heard on 3310 kHz, but seems to remain on 4770 kHz nowadays. The T marker is another Russian military commandment network serving the Moscow and Leningrad military districts. It broadcasts on 4325 kHz 24/7, and like the others, when no traffic is being sent, it acts as a channel marker. It gained its name due to the fact that it transmits the Morse code letter T. Its monolith messages are addressed to the call sign RHPW. Its frequencies changed numerous times since it first came on the air in July 2015, and up until the 16th of June 2024, the T marker had sent no traffic. Now let's look at the PIP. This is a Russian military commandment network serving the current Southern Military District. It broadcasts on 5448 kHz during the daytime and 3756 kHz during the night. Traffic consists of propagation checks, where the operator will call one of many four-letter call signs and ask if he or she is being heard. There's also monolith messages, which are addressed to JVB1 or individual units. It's believed that JVB1 represents numerous units. The PIP tends to multicast traffic without the channel marker sound on multiple other frequencies. There's a clear link between the PIP and the squeaky wheel, mainly due to the similar timing of messages, where the squeaky wheel has sent monolith messages within a couple of minutes of the PIP.
Михаил, Ульяна, Ольга, 53 597, миловаттый, 3908, 86 94, скопулит, 69 72, 83 70.
On May the 9th, 2012, the female PIP operator read a squeaky wheel monolith message before correcting herself and continuing with the correct message, which brings us to the final channel marker, the squeaky wheel, another Russian military commandment network serving the southern military district. It can be heard on 5367 kHz during the daytime and 3363.5 kHz during the night. Its traffic type is the same as the PIP, propagation checks and monolith messages. The monolith messages are addressed to Alpha 45 or individual units. It's believed that, like the PIP, Alpha 45 represents numerous units.
549,
These are also repeated on 5361 kHz in CW with the call sign VZFY. On the 17th of August 2023, the squeaky wheel changed its marker to a lower pitched version of the PIP.
Щука Василий, Анна Федор. Щука Василий, Анна Федор. 99 130. Рядник 75 44 86 74 99 130. Борис, Анна, Григорий, Роман.
So that's an overview of Russia's military channel markers. It'll be interesting to see if any more appear or disappear in the future.